what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Thanks for the penis.
Welcome to MDcast. We needed an opening.
Oh boy.
Tyler became skinnier and had nicer hair, and he wants to go by Liam now.
I'm back.
Our good pal Tyler, I mean Liam. How's it going, Liam?
It's going pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm live.
Yeah, that Bovid's really getting to me.
I hope not.
Every time I cough, I come.
It's one of those side effects.
It's one of those crazy side effects.
It's one of the side effects from the vaccine.
You know, just one of those Pfizer side effects. It makes you cool.
I'm in a friend group with a bunch of nice, they're good guys, but like one of the guys there is like really anti-vaxxer, and he's not very educated in the nicest way I can put it. But he keeps getting in arguments with everybody in the chat. Not me. I just kind of show up, look at it for a bit, and I'm like, "Can we just stop? I'm gonna turn the notifications off on this chat again, and I'm gonna forget that I have it if you guys don't just shut up." And then they'd always keep arguing, and he's ended every single piece that he's made against the vaccines with New World Order. I didn't think I'd meet someone like that in person.
It's one of these things, okay? Pro-vaccine, anti-vax. I don't care what you do. I really don't. We all have vaccines.
We've all got demons.
We all got vaccines here. Whatever
you
believe in.
That's a fun question. What's all your guys' emotional baggage?
Oh! Let me get started.
Let me get my suitcase.
I feel like I'd have to have a psychiatrist present.
Kyle, you're not funny.
I know. I can't think of a response to that.
See? You're not funny.
No
you killed the conversation. I guess I'll have to take my little keyboard ditties and go home.
Zero charisma.
Ugh, this is such a Charisma 1 moment.
I'm sorry, Kyle. That was just for the viewers at home. I think you're very funny.
let me just put the mic in my mouth and speak.
Don't lie to the viewers.
Ooh. We should just do one episode where the mics are just bass boosted, though. Just the whole time, and it just sounds like
April 1st.
Yeah.
See, that's what
it won't come out on April 1st, though.
No, we release it on April 1st, but we do it whenever the fuck.
Okay. We'll have it be the most meaningful conversation. You had a story about bass
boosting, okay? So hear me out on this one. This one's a good story.
I'm listening.
We pull up to
an old folks' home.
Popeye. Not an old folks' home. That'd be messed up.
But we play fireworks sounds.
pull up to Popeyes. Okay, I just want my chicken. I don't want nothing crazy happening. And all of a sudden, silence. I hear silence over the microphone. I can hear someone doing something, and all of a sudden it's bass boosted to the max. I crank the volume on the speaker. Hi, welcome to Popeyes. What can I get you? I'm like, I literally jumped, and I was like, oh, what the? You know what I mean? Oh god, that was one of those stupid things. Have you ever had that before when you've gone?
I've never had
fast food places where they just literally scream at you.
A crazy loud bass boosted microphone. But
Sorry, I feel like this chair is almost worse than that one.
Okay, you can switch.
Take
by
your
any
pick
means.
of your seat.
Let me switch chairs.
I've grabbed you 3 seats now.
I'm trying to make it nice for the audience.
Why is every seat in your house defective?
You need some WD-40.
Why is everything in my house defective? I don't know. I live here.
Oh. Let's put some protein powder in these drinks.
Yes. It's a meal now.
But I was just thinking.
Problem solved. Alcoholism back to 0.
I think a trip to Popeyes would be so much improved if they turned on that microphone and they just talked like Popeye's a sailor.
And they didn't talk like...
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Like, have you ever heard Popeye talk? Yeah.
I feel like that would be terrible.
It would be great.
Here, listen.
It's just like, I'd like a 3-piece chicken. Like, yeah, we do chicken, yeah.
So, like, you would order your food, okay, then you, in response, you would get gibberish back. So you don't actually know if you're getting the correct food, but you would agree to be a nice person. So you pull up to the window, and they hand you a bag of sardines or some shit.
Yeah, it'd be like the Wild Card restaurant, and, like, the menu is written how they would say it.
It's written in, like, the Disney Mickey Mouse, like, scribble. So you're just like,
You know, that...
I want scribble number 3.
It's really scary how doctors do that. Doctors have atrocious handwriting, and they'll write a prescription for something, and it looks like nothing to you.
It scribbles.
It's just nothing.
It's
and then you hand it to the
doctor's
pharmacist, and they get it.
The pharmacist is like, yes. You know, I have a cursed language for you written out. Worse than
Polish.
doctors. Russian, but in cursive. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Cursive Russian. Okay, do me a favor. Google search that. Just have a look. Because it is the same loop. Over and over and over
I'm
again.
really fighting to get my phone out right now.
Do it.
He's
Just
gonna
look at it.
struggle life or death.
Just look at it. Just type in Russian cursive. It's terrible. So imagine a doctor in Russia, okay, prescribing you a prescription in cursive, but it's in Russian. So now it's just even worse than what we got here.
Hand it to the fucking the one at they hand it to the person over the
Oh
counter.
my
and they
God.
go, "Ooh."
Yeah, like what even is that?
Oh shit! Yeah, I have seen that. That's fucking
Animal
garbage.
behavior.
It's just
monsters.
scribbles, like straight up.
It's lines.
But like that was funny how you've seen the SpongeBob meme where it was like English how it looks and how it sounds, and English how it looks, like, and it's the difference between speaking and writing. And Spanish was like really neat cursive, and then they sounded like a suave billionaire, which it does. Spanish is a very, very nice language.
And then
But-
there's Russian, just
Yeah. No, Russian. The picture for Russian was like SpongeBob breaking his pencil against the paper and still trying to write with it. And then,
yeah, that pretty. I feel
And
like
then-
that sums up Russia.
And then the speaking was like photoshopped Mr. Krabs yelling at like angry SpongeBob, and they were both like,
Have you ever just played in any lobby with anybody who's Russian? Okay, they're nuts. They're nuts. And then you get like 4 English words, and then it's back to just them screaming at each other. The stupid Americans, and they're just like, brrr, them talking. Hey, brrr.
You know, that reminds me. I heard a story from a person I worked with where he basically had to buy a whole Russian bar like a round or two because they were going to kick the shit out of him. He was in Russia, and he was wasted. He was wasted in some bar, and I guess there was like some like championship sports event going on, and it was Canada versus Russia or whatever.
Oh.
And he starts going like, Canada's gonna win, fuck Russia.
Oh.
Or he like point him down.
Why was he in Russia watching this? That's my
I
question.
don't know. But he was just like, the Russian guys are talking or whatever, and the guy who knows the guy, he goes up and he translates like, hey, you better buy these guys some rounds. He's like, wait, why? He's like, because they're gonna kick the shit out of you soon.
Yes, the Russian mafia.
It's crazy how angry people get about sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy how angry people get about anything.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
there are only...
I've thought about like screaming at people, but I never really actually have.
But like, here's an important thing, because like,
I have.
when you think of like the few things that make someone light a town on fire, and one of the first things that comes to mind is sport event. You know? Like, that's extra levels of angry.
Sport events and St. Paddy's Day. Hey, London.
Hey, London.
This is your number one lover boy speaking. I love everything you do.
Except burn.
What are you, Drake?
Yeah.
Number one lover boy?
Yeah, I'm Drake.
Certified lover boy?
I'm Drake for London, like Drake is Drake for Toronto.
What?
What does that even mean?
It's like
What does that
Drake
mean?
is Toronto's artist.
Okay.
That's like what.
Do you have a penthouse?
No, I have
We have the opposite. We're underground.
I live behind a McDonald's.
I live in the woods.
I am a tree.
I am a bush creature.
I actually have a nice recluse cottage. It's like one of Drake's mansions, except it's not. Really not.
Speaking of housing, how's the? Don't mind me. I'm not taking a piss.
I am.
I'm just pouring myself a drink. You can probably hear it through the microphone, but we're not going to worry about
You
it.
don't apologize. You don't have to.
I'm apologizing because that's what a true Canadian does, bud.
Uh-oh. We've been out.
We ain't from here.
You're in this basement. You abide by American rules.
You're in Bayou rules now.
You are
is
part of
my
the swamp
swamp.
mucus.
The underbog.
Okay, I was saying, speaking of housing, you still looking for a house?
Yes.
How's that going for you?
I have a decent amount of money saved up, more than a lot of people that are like putting down payments down for.
Yes.
But
It's hard to compete.
these houses are out of my price range.
Okay, now has it ever pondered you to look outside the city?
I definitely have.
Where have you looked? If you don't want to disclose.
Saint Denis.
The railway city.
Yeah,
You've looked there.
yeah.
Okay.
New York.
What?
What? I don't even know.
Stop talking.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know that reference. I think you can say
New
it.
York.
I think you could say it. It don't really matter. It's not like you're given an exact house location.
Anyway, I have looked outside of London.
Have you looked up in the bridges?
The bridges? Yeah, I have looked up in the bridges.
You looked up there?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing over there?
Nope.
You looked under the bridge.
What about Delahoo?
Delaware?
Delaware?
Ah, now you screwed it. Yeah, Delaware, you look there?
No.
Delaware's expensive. So is Kamoka.
Mm.
You should just live in the Hudson Bay.
I would love to live in the Hudson Bay.
Just like dive into the water.
Ah, yes, my gulag.
Oh, I thought that you meant the store.
No, I meant like
Just
throw
hide in the
yourself
store.
into the bay.
Like I just get out of one of their like model beds every day while people are shopping. It's like, another day in Hudson Bay, and then I just put another suit on and walk around the whole day.
Just
Just
every
inside the store. You never leave the store.
every so often you put on some like designer clothes and stand there and pretend to be a mannequin.
Every once in a while, you mosey on out to the food court.
I
and get
feel
yourself
like
something to
I
eat.
feel like that would be the best way of living.
God, this
Because,
does
like-
sound like a good way of living.
Because like I just like walk around, pretend that I own the place, like I'm there every day. So eventually, I would pick up on how to be the best Hudson Bayer, and then I'd be like head manager.
But
But I
like,
would just
not
live there.
actually head
Yeah.
manager. You'd be like head manager, but with no pay.
I'd convince people that I was the owner of the store,
Honestly, like the
and you
idea.
can't criticize me.
Do you think Hudson's Bay has a night crew?
They're putting out suits.
They're called security.
I don't think that the Hudson Bay has a night guard. The malls definitely have a night guard.
wanna
Honestly,
hear a
I've
funny
just
story?
been equating Hudson Bay and the entire mall like this.
Do you want to
entire
hear a funny
time,
story
so.
about Hudson's Bay? Actually,
They used
I
to,
was at
they
work.
used to club seals and like beavers and shit.
Yeah, no, but that's not my story. I was
Okay.
at work, at my work, okay? We go to service some of the Hudson's Bays. Anyways, they brought us to this room to
When
go
you
up.
say service, do you mean
No, I don't mean that kind of service. I
Okay.
mean, like, fix things.
yes?
Yeah,
I know. I'm just being a shit.
fixing, busting it out.
So, like, they bring us to this room where we can get on access to the roof, right? So they bring us into this room, and the lady leaves. So the door shuts behind her. Okay, we go to get out of this room. The door's locked. Okay, there's another door downstairs. So you walk down the stairs. That door's locked, and there's another door screwed shut. It looks like a thing out of a horror film. We were sitting in there. We were in there for about 2 hours. Locked in this
waiting.
room. The only thing we could do is go upstairs to the roof. But you can't get down from upstairs. There's
Well,
no
then
ladder
you go
down.
up there and like get a blanket with SOS written on it.
We didn't have anything though. We had just what we were doing.
Or you start contemplating when is it right to jump off the roof because
Well,
it's like
I went
a
up
movie
there and
about
tried to look for a
depression.
safe way I could climb down and just run through the building again, but it was like it wasn't in town. It was I think we were like Windsor area or somewhere over there.
Windsor.
Yeah, it's
And
fucked
there
up.
was their mall's pretty tall. It's small. It's a lot taller than
Argyle.
or not Argyle. White Oaks. It's a lot taller than that. It's like
White
probably twice that. And there was nowhere I could safely
White
climb
Oaks
down.
isn't even really that tall. It's got some sloped edges.
Yeah, that one would be easy. You could just slide
Yeah.
down. But no, this one there was no possible way I was getting down. Yeah, so we had to bang on the door. We could hear the best part is we could hear people talking outside the door, and we bang on the door, and they'd just be like, "Haha, someone's behind the door," and walk away. Like
That's when you slide your phone out and say, "Please open door."
Just-
And then a homeless guy comes over and shoves it up his ass and walks away.
Well, I was like, we walked in this room. I was like, "Nah, there's definitely a homeless person that lives in this room during the night." Like it's pretty slummy in there. Yeah, that's my shitty story, but
Have you guys ever seen the Electric Retard comics?
No.
no.
They were an old thing where like they were just
Electric. What did you say? Repeat that for me again.
electric retard.
Electric retard.
Oh, I thought you said electric recharge.
No.
Yeah, I heard recharge too.
And it's like they're just this most strange, terrible comic, and they're like done in MS Paint, and they're done really badly.
Oh, perfect.
And one of his famous ones is a guy takes a shit on a plate, he throws it in a fridge, freezes it, and then he runs out, stabs someone with the piece of shit, and then fucks the hole they cut. And it's just,
What the fuck?
oh,
What are you
it's
watching?
not
What are
as
you-
terrible as it sounds.
That
but,
sounds
like,
pretty fucking terrible.
it's like it's
I'd
drawn
have
so
to.
bad that it's funny though.
So it's
That's-
one of those memes that's just like it's bad, but it's so bad. It's like when something's so ugly that it's cute. Like, you know what I mean? When you see a really ugly dog, you're like, "Wow, that
There's
dog's
this
so ugly,
one.
but it's cute."
Like for the viewers at home, a guy finds like a lady that's been knocked out, and he takes a gasoline hose, puts it in her hole, and then lights a match on the outside and jumps, and then shoots flames. Here, you can see too, Liam.
Like, what the
Why?
fuck?
They were really popular back in like I think 2012.
This is MS Paint.
Yeah, it is
Guaranteed,
MS Paint.
it's MS Paint.
And like there's other ones where like they're drawn just so bad that it's almost funny. Like here's the one of the guys stabbing the guy with a piece of shit.
What the fuck?
For what?
Just
Oh
like
my God.
the earlier ones were even funnier where like
Jesus.
they were 3 normal panels. Like it wasn't crazy from the start. It was 3 normal panels. And then that's when it gets crazy. Like there's this one that says you must buy a chainsaw and cut your head off, and then the other angel on the guy's shoulder says you must buy a chainsaw and cut your head off, and then he goes to a store and he says could you point me in the direction of the chainsaws, and then the store clerk that he asks gets a boner and impales him on it.
Oh.
I was looking at that and I didn't even figure out what was happening.
This one's really dumb too because it's like, hey children, this is Derek and he's here for like meet the parent day, and then the guy walks in, he pulls a gun out and shoots a black kid, jumps out the window, runs out of the school and starts playing in a sandbox.
So this is 2012 before all the people cared about racial stuff because he'd play like Call of Duty. You remember Call of Duty lobbies? They were terrible.
God.
You'd walk in there and you'd be dying or something constantly, and then you'd get to the main lobby and you'd just be ripped to shreds. Like the kids nowadays couldn't handle being ripped to shreds like that. Am I wrong?
Man, I feel like my skin is definitely thicker than the average person's because of those experiences online.
Like back in like what was that even? 2010, 2012? Something like that, 2010, 2012? Playing those games?
Like,
getting ripped to shreds by some random dude from
Black
Kentucky
Ops
that you
2.
don't even know. Just getting mauled. Like, it's not even harassment at this point. It is a arrestable offense what they're saying to you.
Man, like, I remember I tried roasting people after, like, Vanos and them got funny for it, and, like, other people, too. And
Vanos?
I tried to do it to a kid, like, when I first found out about it, so I was, like, maybe 13, 14.
Yeah.
And, like, haha, you're so bad. And, like, I'm trying to be like, what can I say next? And then this guy just rips me to shit, dude.
Yeah, he just
Like-
comes out of nowhere. He's like, it was good.
I felt like, if I was to put this into, like, the way it would play out if it was a movie fight scene, like, I walk up behind a guy to try and take his wallet, and then he turns around and right hooks me and breaks my nose.
He turns around. You try to take. So you have his wallet in your hand. He turns around already. Okay, this is the slap in the face. He already has your wallet in his hand, and then he right hooks you.
But here's what it was like for me. Alright, now if I was to put it in verbal terms, it was like, haha, you're so bad, and then he turns around and says, shut up, I fucked your dad. And
So
I
you
was
tried
like,
to roast that guy that roasted you, or was this another guy?
that was just a guy that was, like, doing bad at, like, the bottom of the lobby.
Oh.
Like, one below me.
The best part is that, like, when you're in the cutscene before you started, like, you could say whatever you wanted because no one can see what you're saying. Remember when it never had the name tags pop
Yeah.
up? So, like, you'd be talking in the lobby, wouldn't say anything, and all of a sudden the match would start, and then it would start to load up, and then everyone would just be like, yo, fuck you, fat, you fucking little pussy bitch. Like...
Instigate it.
And then once you died, like, if you were playing, like, what is it, Search and Destroy, where you can only die once?
Yeah.
You get thrown into the lobby where everyone's talking. They're like, "Oh, I was just watching you, like you fucking suck," like all this stuff. It's so funny.
I wasn't ever good at roasting or anything, so my go around was just to continue kicking their asses so they got even more angry at me.
Like the one time I was playing Siege. Yeah, what were we playing? I can't remember what we were playing.
Siege?
No, but like within the game, like it wasn't.
I know, I'm being a shit.
Anyways, my team's like, oh, let's rush them. We're on the bank one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The 3-level bank, and they're like, oh, let's rush them. I'm like, no, let's wait. So we're the ones running into the bank. So I go up on the roof and just wait. I bust open the one hatch on the top. And I'm just sitting there waiting for someone to walk into my sight. And then all at the top of the screen, I see like my whole team just died by one guy. And my objective is right below the hatch. I'm like, okay, you guys are so stupid. So I'm just waiting for one of them. One of them peeks me. I killed him. And then I eventually won the match, to say the least. But I was pissed that these guys wouldn't listen to what I said. They wanted to rush these guys so bad. And then the other team came into play and just started ripping everybody a new ass. All these other guys. So funny. I don't even know how I got that conversation, but
You guys have any whack dreams recently?
I haven't had any dream recently.
Yes,
Yes.
and you were a part of it.
Oh God.
Was there favors?
Pour me another
No,
drink
it was-
before
they
you
were
regale me your wet
fears.
dream.
I want to know.
Whatever you're doing was weird, and I was scared.
Almost like real life.
The problem is, I can't remember what it is, and I'm hoping I have it written down here. I likely don't, though.
Okay.
I do not appear to have it written down. Well, I assure you it was spooky, and you were weird.
Very good. I had a dream recently that I told you about, Kyle.
Oh, is this the fucking text one?
Yeah. Like,
God.
so, I had a dream that I was watching an Animaniacs episode, and it starts off with the Animaniacs getting arrested, and, alright, I'll just read you the text I sent Kyle. I had the most terrifying body horror nightmare, but looking back on it, it was so ridiculous. So basically, the Animaniacs get locked up in jail, and it plays like a real season opener. A science team approaches the jail with an offer the state can't refuse, and they take the Animaniacs to their facilities. Once they get there, they are told they will be combined with the most criminally insane individual in the state who was never named to create the most totally insane person of all time. The camera cuts to this restrained, shaved-headed man who asks, "So they came?" To which a team of surgeons replies, "Just arrived." The surgery starts playing out as they converse with each other. Or the conversation continues to play out until the camera cuts and flashes multiple times and shows his jaw removed and blood covered. He also looks like a Tool music video claymation person. They rip his ribs open, take his heart out, and wire his eyes open to pop them out. They also give him a tracheotomy for some reason. Anyway, there's a lot more fucked up surgery they did, but it's redundant because the Animaniacs, being the Animaniacs, escape well before they even realize what's going on and return to their water tower unaccosted. The jawless man becomes a main antagonist because he wanted to be the most totally insane.
I don't think I ever responded to that because after I clicked off of the tab, I'm just like, that didn't just happen.
You didn't believe that my brain forced me to look at that?
Just fucking running through that in my head, I'm like, wow, this is a concept that I want to erase from memory.
The most totally insane.
Fucking God. What is the deal with album covers?
Oh, we're going back on this topic. All right.
I thought of it when you was talking about it. But, seriously, what's the deal with album covers?
I'll tell you, I like metal ones a lot more than I like any other kind.
Metal ones are great because everyone's just trying to one-up each other on whatever the fuck is going on.
It's a very primal urge where, one of my favorite ones is just a close-up of an opossum's face, and it's screaming, and it's like a Japanese metal album. I never listened to the song, but I was like, that thing fucks.
if you take that same logic and put it towards any other genre of music, they are still trying to one up each other, except for country. Country is one of those things where it's just them.
You can only
country
take a picture.
Is just here's a picture of you in front of your truck.
Here's
you
my
can
truck.
Only take so many pictures of an old truck in a sunset.
Tell that to someone who's a real country truck guy. They'll tell you you can take as many damn pictures as you like.
There was this one album by Demo, maybe?
Demo.
The album cover was... And the album cover was weird. It was just this guy's... It was just some random drawing of a random guy's face. And
just junk? Yeah, sure.
And apparently, for some reason, to do that, they took a program to just randomly generate some guy's face based off of different other people's existing faces.
So it looked like the guy.
And then they just
nightmares?
drew that. That was how they made their album cover. What the fuck is with that?
Shoulders locked.
They get creative. And then some of the most memorable ones are not creative. Like Kanye's.
Yeah.
Black. And Drake's new album, just the pregnant emoji. That's a quality one, eh?
Is that to signify that he's all of their fathers?
I think he's, I don't know, a certified lover boy. I don't know, maybe he's just saying that he knocks a lot of women up. I don't know what the meaning behind it is.
But what if it changed to him knocking a lot of women out? He just ran up to them with boxing gloves. What if he just started doing that?
Then
would people still respect him?
You'd have to rename then it would be the album Madonna Size.
No, it'd be Chris Brown's album.
No, he only right-hooked Rihanna once. Which, hey, Rihanna, if you want to just beat the shit out of me to, get back at Chris Brown, I'm totally down. You can right-hook me, you can put, cigarettes out on my legs or something. Whatever you gotta do, baby.
Why?
Speaking of which, gang initiations.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Gang initiations.
Do you remember, like, back in public school when there was, like, kids that were gonna be like, we're gonna initiate you. And I'm like, for what? I don't even hang out with you guys. No, we're just gonna do it. And, like, I was thinking that it was gonna be something terrible because, like, I grew up and I watched Gran Torino and, like, a bunch of other, like, actual gang movies and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Are you gonna put a cigarette out on my cheek?" And they're like, "Well, we don't even know how to get cigarettes." And like, "Are you gonna cut one of my fingers off?" I was like, "Dude, we were just gonna like push you down once."
We're just gonna push you down once.
I remember hearing about initiation and such, and I remember like I'm like, what is that? I don't know. What is that? Is that a thing coming up? That a thing I gotta prepare for? And like I would ask, I tried asking someone, and they didn't fucking tell me. And I'm like, oh no, what's initiation? And I was just mentally preparing myself for initiation.
So
and nothing happened.
So it was like your Mexicans got on boots.
Yeah, Mexicans got on boots.
Mexicans got on boots.
What's that mean? What's it mean when the Mexicans got on boots?
Have you heard the Mexicans got on boots story, Liam?
No, I have not. Sorry, there's
some. I was messaging some guy earlier about buying a trailer, and now he wants to text me at this time. I don't know why he wants to text me so late. Maybe he wants to wine and dine me later.
Nice.
Maybe. But the Mexicans got on boot story is about a guy that like just got into prison, and like people keep coming up to him and whispering Mexicans got on boots, and like he's looking at some of the Mexican inmates and they have boots on, and the he goes around like asking other people like Mexicans got on boots, and like he even goes up to another guy and's like Mexicans got on boots just to see what he would do, and he said that they do, and he takes off running.
For what?
And then somebody eventually tells him, and he says, well, Mexicans got on boots means that they're gonna riot. And he's like, well, why does that mean that they're gonna riot? Well, you see, they're just gonna try and come and stab a couple of black guys up. And
the guy telling the story was black.
Yeah. Or no, the guy telling the story was Mexican. He was Spanish. And he like his cellmate's Mexican. He's like, is the riot gonna happen in here? Are you gonna try and stab me? Because like I just finished eating with you.
Yeah.
Like we had a nice talk and everything. But, and then they say why they have boots on, and it's because that's how they fight. They come over and they kick you. So you gotta see which way to rock so that they don't kick you. And he's learning how to rock and stuff, and he tries to get a knife, but he can't get one. So he's like in a riot without a knife. Everybody else has a knife, and he's trying to look for like which foot they're gonna rock with, but he just ended up getting cut really bad on his side anyways, regardless of what happened. And then he says, you know what the worst thing is? I got stabbed by a Mexican that didn't have boots on. Oh, I love that fucking thing.
The way he told it was pretty good too, because like in the time he went to go talk to the guy to get a knife, and the guy named his price. And after going through all this shit, like, what kind of knife you want? You want a broad knife? You want a long knife? He's like, I don't know. I want a knife.
Just a knife,
and
something sharp.
Eventually, he's like, okay, I need 3 sugars or whatever it was.
He needs three bags of coffee.
Yeah, 3 bags of coffee. Or no, he said 2 bags of coffee. He's like, okay. He goes off to get his 2 bags of coffee, and kind of on the way, he's like, he's practicing his knife fighting technique. He's asking people about how to fight with a knife, and he gets back. He's like, yo, CC, riot's gonna happen soon. You got my knife? He says, no, I sold your knife. Why'd you sell my knife? He offered 3 bags of coffee. So then he's like, so I go back to my cell and I prepare myself. And he's like, so anyway, I got stabbed.
So I prepare myself. Anyway, I was stabbed.
Yo, CC!
It was a very
love
good
that video.
It was a very good thing. Very good special.
What if a terrorist group started writing parodies of American songs and called themselves Weird Al Qaeda?
Did you have to bring this one up on 9/11?
They don't know what day it is right now.
They do now! So wait, what the fuck are the terrorists doing other than blowing up towers?
They're making fun of American songs.
Uh-huh.
And they're making parodies of them, so they call themselves Weird Al Qaeda.
God, they're like to Arabic people what Weird Al is to Jews.
Crazy.
Yeah.
My fuck.
I don't know what any of that is I just said, by the way. I don't know what I'm talking about.
How many of the times do we know what we're talking about?
Not right now. Bidding.
Bidding. What would you save if your house was on fire?
I would say, oh no, my house is on fire.
No, what would you save, not say?
Oh.
What would be like one reasonable thing that you could save from the house fire?
I have to tinkle
God.
outside the binkle. Tacky backy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
go back.
apologize, but I have broken my seal.
Well, it's hard to say.
I would save Liam's seal.
It is lost already. The all of my stuff that is like really valuable, kinda, it's just too much stuff. It would be too much stuff to save if I wanted to save that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel the only real, like, presuming obviously like living people in the house are going to make
They'll
it
make it out on their own.
Okay, I don't need to save them. I suppose that just like rip out my computer tower.
Okay, that's what I would do too.
Yeah. Like, cause, like, naturally, I'd probably normally say, you know, I gotta save my manga collection.
But that's like unreasonable.
Yeah,
at
I
this
can't.
point.
It's
It's no longer a like 2-arm stack that we can carry. By no means.
I need, like, I'd tip over the entire shelves and then push them out, or get sled dogs to come in and just hook each one up.
Because that's crazy too. Because I'd be like, yeah, I'd save my manga. Like I got a lot of that shit. Like I have all of Berserk.
Yeah, that's 40 volumes right there.
Yeah, that's like my longest series. But I got a lot more full series too.
For a while, Gaunt's was my longest series that I actually have a collection of, because that's 38 volumes, I believe. And that span, like, I have an entire shelf where the width of it is just perfect enough to fit all those volumes. So I just have a single shelf where the entire row is just Gaunt's. And fucking Berserk, you then usurped that because it's got 40,
And it's really good.
and it also has an entire just shelf display. And
Mine does too.
Yeah.
It's at the back though. I wish
Well, that's the
I would
thing.
like to pull it to the front, but then, yeah.
The problem with that is I try to keep the ones on the front the things I get most often, or the series I add to. And for a while, I was like, well, Berserk is always coming out. It comes out with a volume eventually, so I got to keep it in the front. So it's still in the front. The volumes are not going to come anymore. Because Mir is dead.
Mir is dead.
But now I just kind of keep it there in the front anyway, because it's Berserk.
It's Berserk. That's a conversation piece in of itself.
Yeah, it's a shame. I really shouldn't have it on the shelf so close to the floor.
Mm.
It would do to have a nice Splendus display. Splendus is a stupid word.
It is. I would like Made in Abyss to be my next longest series.
I wish it would end so it can break my heart already.
You think there's ever been a school shooting at Hogwarts? Or a Havada Kedavra?
Yes, actually, I do think so.
But I mean not adults doing it. I mean like actively during school hours, like a Hufflepuff kid, like he's like, oh, I fucking hate everyone, and then they go on like a Havada Kedavra, and like he gets a bunch of people because like they don't know what's going on.
He's like, abracadabra.
Yeah.
Shoots at him. Shoots magic at him. But here's the thing, though. That's like the problem with that is that doing that is the equivalent of going on a school shooting in the fucking like gun class, you know? where every single person is equally as trained, if not better than you, at just turning around and fucking blasting your ass into the past.
Yes, but, like, if you're a young kid doing it.
Yeah, I suppose, but there's at least going to be the other young kids in that class that are also as talented as he is.
I suppose.
So then
but they don't know what Avada Kedavra is. They'd
Okay, but there's
people...
so much other match. All you need to do is, like, levitate him the fuck out or do something that they did in Wizard Battle.
What do you think J.K. Rowling would say if that
I
was the
think
case?
she would say yes, and everyone died, and then they shit themselves.
We aren't bringing up the fucking shit portal.
What did I walk into?
Harry Potter.
Oh.
Shit portals and school shootings with magic.
Oh.
You are now up to speed.
Perfect.
We haven't gotten very far.
I was amazed at how long it took you to come back here, because I just wanted you to come and interrupt the fuck out of what we were saying.
I got lost in the bathroom, guys.
You lost in the maze. Shit maze.
It's a pretty big bathroom, bud.
What would you save if your house was on fire? Like, presuming everybody else gets out, like, personal item, what would you grab that you could grab?
Okay, a personal item not including an animal?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, animals get out and everything, too.
Everything's out of the house.
Yeah.
One personal item.
Yes.
Okay, but my one personal item is like a cluster of items because they're actually all attached into one piece.
Okay.
In my tool set.
Okay, yeah.
It's all one tower, like the Milwaukee pack out. It's all like they all.
So like
they all
you wouldn't be
together.
able to get that out though.
I would. Yeah, it's on wheels.
Like it's a big cabinet.
No. So like they're individual drawers.
Okay.
Like, boxes that you can take off. It's on like it's only like this big.
Yeah.
Viewers at home aren't gonna really understand what I'm trying to say, but it's
like
maybe
maybe 4 foot,
maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall, and it's on wheels.
Yeah.
Right. So it's got all my tools in it. Only because it's probably like $3,000 worth of stuff in there.
Okay.
That's what I would take. Only because everything else is meaningless.
What would you take that like you wouldn't be able to take otherwise, but in this fantasy world you could? What would you grab?
The whole house. No. What do you mean in this fantasy world? What do you mean? What would I take?
Like,
I don't
if
know.
you just have the magic ability to like pick it up, like me, it would be like my bookshelves. I would just have like the wall break down and a bunch of like ogres pick it up.
Well, like I don't
Makes
really
you wonder why they didn't put out the fires while they're there.
Yeah, I'm just pondering. Like there's nothing really else other than that I would take because everything else is kind of like I don't really have anything.
Mine
else.
would be my TV. I would unplug my TV and walk it upstairs unaccosted by the fire.
Well, like mine would be the tools though, because like they're heavy. Like it's way
Yeah.
heavier than a TV, so all my stuff's in there. I think I could rebuild something with that.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do something decent with that. I use my tools every day, so like I need those.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'd probably take. Maybe my bed. I don't know.
Your
I could sleep.
Comfy, man.
I could just sleep in my truck.
I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. What if Drake just became Porky Pig? Like he says, Drake suffers horrible accident where like he gets like a tomahawk thrown at just his upper lip, and like he sounds like Porky Pig all the time, and like he's like, I have this new body positive view, and I'm gonna release a new album, and it's like
Stop.
he ends every song with that's all, folks.
Imagine Porky Pig rapping.
It's in the new Space Jam.
Yeah, I was about to say
Is
he
it?
has to have rapped.
Yeah.
Stop.
And he's like, we're gonna be talking about the pussy.
Do you find that funny, Donald?
Do you think that's funny, butthead? I showed her my venereal disease, and I said, do you think that's funny, butthead? We're gonna be talking about the penis.
Oh Lord, save this man.
Oh
Lord.
That's what we were talking about earlier, Kyle. We were talking
penis?
about... No!
Oh, Jesus.
The existence of, like, a dedicated YouTube poop group where, like,
Yeah,
they're still making them.
The dedicated YouTube poopers who are still pooping YouTube.
What?
Like, do you remember those videos where, like, it was Nickelback and it's like...
Look at this graph.
Yeah,
like
stuff like that.
Are they still do? Are people still doing that?
There has to be a dedicated group of it, but you don't see it.
No, it doesn't pop on.
They're the underground society.
Yeah, there has to be people that
listen.
still do
Have
it.
you ever just indulged yourself in like clicking on YouTube videos? Like you just go down a rabbit hole sometimes, and then you end up.
I do that with like Japanese cooking videos.
We looked up booger meat today.
You end up down a rabbit hole that you don't want to be down. Like it'll be like 4 a.m. and you're looking at videos of just
Whales exploding.
like whales.
I got
exploding.
a lot of whales exploding.
Or like you just click on one video, and all of a sudden your whole feed's filled up with like random stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'll end up falling asleep with YouTube playing on my TV, and I wake up in the morning and there's like 5 people in the woods building a hut. Like I'm like,
Yeah, that's a really popular one too.
what the fuck's going? Like what's happening right now? Like what am I watching? What am I actually watching? And like you wake up and you're like.
You
Dazed
have
and
to
confused.
wonder like if that is affecting your personality at all or like your thought process or anything during the day. Like just random YouTube videos are like talking to you or like maybe something that you see enough of like repeating, like if they have a certain commercial playing and it's like call 1-800-267-2 and you just remember it. Like you can just recite it without ever consciously hearing it.
So like you're sleeping, right? So you're
Yeah.
not consciously aware of what's actually happening, and then like these videos are
It's
playing,
like those
and they're
self-assertion
affecting-
videos. Like people like they'll play like reaffirming stuff. It's like you are good, you are great. Like people talking to you in your ear to fall asleep to. Or like
I heard that
elevator
actually,
music.
if you watch inspirational videos or whatever, when you're trying to sleep, like
Yeah, that's what they say.
they help.
But,
You
like-
listen to them when you're sleeping.
Yeah,
But like, what if you listen to like really demonic stuff? Like, what if you listen to? Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like there's just random shit talking to you.
like, what if the YouTube video wasn't ever playing? What if there's just something in your room talking to you? Oh, we're gonna go down that hole.
But what I was thinking was like, okay, viewers, everybody at home, we're gonna do an experiment. Play penis music to fall asleep to. Like a 10-hour loop of just fall asleep to that and see if it affects your life at all.
Yeah, you probably would. You'd probably get a lot of fucking. You'd probably get a lot of psychopaths killing people.
I feel like
On
you
a rant.
have, like, people that are moving, like, more in, like, pattern with the song. Like, you know when you, like, fucked up the cartridge on, like, one of those old Nintendo hard drives? And,
Yeah,
like,
you-
it makes the people dance and shit? That's how you move.
Like,
You know what's
you're
messed
just-
up?
You're just walking, your arm just shoots out to the side.
No,
Hey.
like, everything is like...
Have you ever played on the N64? It's like Mario Paint. You had the little
Yeah.
mouse pad. You would paint the Mario figures. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and my mom. This was like when I was like 4. We were playing this game, the Mario Paint. It's like basically MS.
Yeah,
Paint,
it's MS Paint.
but on the Nintendo. At
It's
the
so
time.
Mario themed.
So we're playing this, and then you click on Yoshi's nose, and he sneezed. Like straight up, like you animated, he sneezed.
So it's like kid pics.
No, but it wasn't though, because it never happened again. It was like a
What?
glitch. He was like, he sneezed, and then it would never happen again. Could never get it to do it again.
Mario Paint Yoshi sneezing.exe.
Snotty Yoshi! This is the booger Yoshi!
This is the booger meat.
Oh, please help this man.
Why were you building up to that so
Why do you have the Michael Jackson as a skeleton over there, Eric?
Tyler got me that at Value Village for one of those Christmases.
Is that what he got you?
Yeah.
You still have it?
I love it, dude.
What even is it?
It's not Michael Jackson, it's Elvis. It's just skeleton Elvis. You know, it just blends in so much that I forget that I have it. But like,
You don't ever wake up in the morning and think like, wow. You don't like, ever scare yourself waking up to that?
No, never. Because he's smiling.
But like, how do you know he's smiling though? That's just the
Oh,
mug
Elvis
you're
Elvis is
happy.
always smiling.
Yeah, he's the king, baby.
Yeah. Except for when he was like dying on the toilet because he was shitting too hard.
That's just a king play.
That's just a king.
He ate some real bad Popeyes and had a real bad experience.
But like, I feel like if I put a suit on, if like I go to my next work Christmas party, I get my suit on, I get kind of like, you know, shaved up
Get
a
all
bit
dolled
more.
up.
I get like,
Y'all dolled up, put his own
Yeah.
makeup on.
and like, I feel like if I walked in with that, I would be the talk of the night.
You're gonna bring that next time?
Yeah, I might. Because you know what? I don't give a fuck if people think I'm weird. I think I'm funny.
I think this is just my opinion. I think if you walked up into your place of work, and you brought that with you, where you're looking all nice, whatever. But I think if you're gonna do that, I think you have to put it in its own wagon. Like, you gotta like pull it so that when you walk in. And then
Yeah, it has to have a squeaky wheel too.
Yeah,
and one of those like
really annoying squeaky wheels.
It's like good shopping wheel cart like wheel, good shopping cart wheel, good shopping cart wheel, retard.
The one that just
like
flops
it's hitting
back and
people
forth.
as it's going by. Like it just takes random jackknives.
You gotta just take out like 5 people's chairs too as you go.
It's massive as well.
Yeah, it has to be really oversized. Like, you basically have to have like a 5
you know
by
the
8
wagons
like,
from
trailer,
like,
like a car trailer.
You know the wagons from Red Dead, like 2 horses are pulling it.
Yeah.
I walk in there with 2 horses pulling a wagon. It's just that in the middle, like hog tied down.
And then you hold the place up. Because
Yeah,
you walk in with a bandana on.
I pull out my fucking Winchester and I shoot the, like, speaking person and I say, any other smart guys in here? Don't be a hero.
What are we here to take?
I
Whatever I can.
I just walk over, I grab like a bouquet of flowers, and I leave.
That's it. That's all you wanted. You didn't want nothing else. You grab the dip spread.
I grab the hummus.
you no chips, just the hummus.
No chips, just the hummus. I holster my...
A
my
menace to society. Takes all the dips and none of the chips.
Cheese.
I holster my Winchester and I just eat it. Like, I put it up to my mask, like shoving it through the mesh mask with, like, gloves on.
You're just pushing it into the mask. You're not even eating it. You're just... And then you give some to Elvis, the last little bit. Just wipe it on his face.
I forgot Elvis was here.
He was the key part of it.
He was the king.
He's at the escape. He's the escape driver in the wagon.
How did he drive? He's wood.
Is it wood, though?
I mean, I haven't smashed it on anything. It's too precious to me. My good friend Tyler got that for
I
me.
literally can't believe you still kept that for
Kyle,
that
do you
long.
still have the statue that I got you from Cuba?
The penis man?
Yeah, the penis man, the guy shitting and his dick's hanging out.
Oh my god, what?
Alright,
Oh.
so this man goes away, leaves for the wonderful tropics, and he comes back saying... He comes back and he says, now, I was in Cuba and I saw this funny little ceramic statue of a man on a toilet with his dick out.
Oh, perfect.
So I got it for you. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, by the way, it shattered. He hands me this bag, this rattling bag of pieces of this thing. And there's like the larger piece, but there's just like chunks off of it and the little small pieces. And I can make it, I'm like, well, his dick's intact, I guess. But I take that shit home and I repaired it.
You glued it all back together?
I put them back together. And now he sits proudly atop my shelf by my old car given to me by my late grandmother, a funny globe that used to belong to my mom, and Vaporeon.
That's
Kyle, your room sounds like an autistic person's room.
I know, because I sleep there.
I mean, mine's no better. Because I have anime figures, fucking cardboard cutouts, a stormtrooper, and Vaporeon.
Where's the cardboard cutout?
The cardboard cutout is like those little ones that are in front of the books. Those are actually cardboard. They're kind of cool because if you flip them around, it's a different
then
pose.
you get Hornet and Horny.
Yeah. It's like...
Surprised you don't have like anime titties on the wall, like actual titties, like not just like...
I could hang them up if you'd like.
You have anime titties, like real titties?
What, you think all those trips to conventions are for nothing?
Oh, enlighten
That's
me in the
something worse,
hentai.
man.
Enlighten me in the hentai.
I don't use
Oh
it.
no! Oh no!
Yeah, but you ain't seeing real titties out of this, Eric.
You see the areola.
You're barely seeing. That's nice. You put your wrist between that. And
I mean, I have a book if you'd like to see. It's the
Oh
worst
no!
one.
This is not at all what they feel like. Just letting you know. This is like memory foam. What is this? What is this in between? This is like the. This
The
looks
tit
like
zone.
It's the cleavage.
This looks like an ass crack.
It is.
Tits are just
I have a
asses of the
bookmark
chest.
for where I had to stop reading.
Oh Jesus
Because
Christ!
It's bad, dude.
Oh Jeebus! What is this?
It's horrible. It's
Oh, what
horrendous.
is this page? What did I just? What is this?
There's a reason it's not on the bookshelf.
Where do you find these things?
Oh,
That
man,
one's
the
famous.
internet.
What is this?
I
What
made
is
that
this?
bitch famous.
What is it? What is that?
Well,
What is happening?
for the viewers, that's like a girl with a condom in her ass that is just bleeding cum.
People read this shit?
Yeah.
What is this? Like, I just don't understand. Who's this man? Looks like the guy.
It doesn't matter who he is.
Oh, come on. Yeah, she's getting a butt tattoo.
Yeah.
And a titty tattoo, apparently.
That's the part where he drugs her and does it while she's asleep.
You know how Batman's got like the bang, pow. This has got suck, lick. Slurp. Oh, these are all good. These are all good words here.
American comic sounds versus Asian comic sounds.
I mean, like, the artwork is vulgar, but I mean, the artwork is good. Like,
That's the selling point for everyone. It's like, it's drawn very well, but man, I wish I didn't see it.
like, it's one of these things you wish you didn't see it, but you can't look away because it's like, wow.
You're on still the good side of the book.
What do you mean? Where did you stop? I'm past
You're going
your book.
back to the front.
Okay, so the thing about those, like,
these go backwards.
Yeah, the thing
Holy
about...
shit, we've been explaining emergence to a non-we.
We're monsters, Kyle! God!
Yeah, I didn't know this goes
Don't
backwards.
flip past the bookmark.
I want to flip back to the bookmark.
No! I'll
Why?
spoil it. I'll tell you
No,
the
what
worst
gets
part.
what? Nothing can get worse than what I
She
just saw.
dies from a heroin overdose while pregnant in a subway.
There's nothing that gets worse than what I've just witnessed.
She gets fucked by two, like, homeless people with herpes.
Bro, it only just
So it
occurred
goes
to
backwards,
me
so how do you
that
read it properly?
he doesn't actually know what this is.
I like how piss poorly like the tattoos are actually put on this. Like it looks like everything's drawn nice, and then like the tattoo portions are just look like they're like photoshopped onto the already drawn picture. Does that make any sense?
It's kind of hard to, like, do that, though, and it doesn't make sense to put a lot of effort into tattoos in a strictly black and white one.
So what? I don't understand.
If they're fairly basic
so
tattoos.
what's the basis of this comic? Is she like a stripper or something?
She just wanted to be popular, and then she got addicted to drugs.
So now she has to sleep with people to buy
Yes.
drugs?
Yes.
Yeah,
She's
makes
being
sense.
pimped out by a guy named Teodo. Kyle, Liam, give me that fucking book back.
No, I want to look at it. I'm just looking at it. Fuck you. I'm looking at it.
Oh,
We're just
Like
looking
this
at
is
it.
this is hitting you too. The fucking knowledge we have unearthed here.
this is the thing.
I'm just
that
looking. The artwork's nice.
This is
it's
just the
like
thing.
watching. This is like watching pornography. It's just for the acting. I'm just looking at it for the artwork. I can respect the artist. That's disgusting.
That's gross. That's a flaccid penis.
This is for the viewers at home.
Wow, I can't believe it. The porn has a flaccid penis in it.
Yeah, but he's like some real chunky man.
Oh yeah, yeah, that guy.
So did you read the whole book or not? Because it seems like you
I've
didn't read
had
it.
like I've read it, but like it was,
You just didn't look at the pictures.
yeah, I did my best to not look.
No,
And then, like, I tried to, like, read it proper, and then I was like,
So, like, is this on, like, would you find this in the same bookstore in Japan as
No.
you would, like, your child books?
This
like,
was special order.
ABC 1, 2, 3 books? Like, would you find this in the adult
Yeah,
section?
you needed to get his man on the inside. Special
Yeah,
orders.
I had to go to Jeff Bezos himself and be like, hey,
Did you
you
buy this
started-
on Amazon?
yeah, but I had to go to him personally, and I was like, hey, you started this website to sell books. I'm merely looking for a book. I'm
I'm
trying to
interested
appease
to
with
see
a
how
god.
this person dies now. I want to see this.
She
What?
dies from a heroin overdose on a subway, Liam.
Yeah, well,
I've been
I'm
over
still,
this.
I'm still flipping through the book. I want to see it for my damn self. Now I see that she's pregnant. That this is gross. At
Yeah,
this point now.
they don't stop fucking her while she's pregnant, by the way.
Ew, you can see that. This is a graphic.
She gets jumped.
This is a graphic description.
People beat
here.
the shit out of
You
her.
can see the child inside and in the phallic object going inside.
Yes, it is entering the uteri, you see.
Yeah, this is quite interesting, I will say at the least. Now, my other question to you is, why is it black and white? Why do we not have
Because it's
color?
very
Because
difficult
most-
and expensive to
Most
produce full
manga
color.
is black and white. This ain't your average comic.
Well, now
Squirtle.
she's missing a tooth.
Yeah,
That's nice.
and you know, I always kind of thought that like a girl missing a tooth was kind of cute in like a kind of weird way, and I feel like that book is where I got it from, and I'm like, man, I
You have
feel
been-
awful.
You have
I've just unearthed. Like I just realized that.
after you read it, you had a kind of metamorphosis where you opened to new ideas. I called it metamorphosis because sometimes it's translated as that.
Yeah, that's how I found it. I found it as metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
So who's the chick at the end then?
That's the same girl.
How's it the same girl if she overdosed?
Oh,
How-
is it the con? Oh, I never got that far in that one because I read it online originally.
You see it. She does the drugs and then she dies fully nude, and then there's like the next page is some chick with her daughter.
That was like, but like I turned my life around, and like that was not originally what was produced. Like people are so angry at him that he was like, I'm gonna put this out. And then even later they were like, oh, it was a Jav like porn. It was all acted. This was all an acted
this one's
movie.
in color. That's a nice. Adults only. Thanks. I'm glad that it's not. I'm glad that it's not sold to children.
You were worried?
I just don't understand how you
That
read
was
these.
wrapped in 2 different boxes when I got it.
I just don't understand how you read this. Like I don't get it. So do you read it like right to left then instead of left to right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way you turn the book.
Yeah, but like it. I don't know. I'm just. You're explaining something to me that's very foreign.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
nice. Look at that. The cummies there, bud. There you go. There's your phallic.
This is
profile.
probably the one thing that, like, I definitely could save if I had to, but
Now
I would
how-
leave it if my house was on fire.
Now, how many of those books you got?
This is just the one really bad one.
It's a one of a kind.
I think after reading that book, I need to drown my sorrows.
Me too, even just, like, remembering what I saw.
That was quite interesting. Being brought into the realm of.
Emergent special. I'm
Brought
not
into the
drawing
realm
emergence
of,
for the thumb.
What would you
I already
call
had
that?
a different idea for what
Eric,
you
what's
could
that red
draw.
bag right there beside Kyle?
Red bag?
Is that dog food?
Mutant?
Mass.
Yeah, it's my dog food.
So that's the stuff Andrew told me not to get because it just tastes like fucking chalk.
It doesn't taste like chalk. This tastes so good.
Can I smell
They
it?
changed it.
Is it open? Is it an
It's
open bag?
not open
Oh,
yet.
okay. Never
But, like, if you smell my cup, there's still some lingering in it. If you want to do that.
I don't know. It might be custy in there, but how long has that been there for?
It's been washed. It's just there's, like, I poured powder out of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's clean.
Sneef.
Schneef. Schneef for the
I'm kinda
viewers.
stuffed up,
Sneef,
so-
sneef, schnork.
I just fucking.
That's what the Booger Man did.
Oh no, schnork.
It still kind of smells powdery to me. Like, what's the flavor of it?
Well, it's because it's a
Yeah.
powder.
I know, but what kind of flavor is it?
I had coconut cream for a while. That one was really good. The thing about it is, it used to be bad. Sorry, it all used to be bad, but they made the flavor so much better compared to like all the other like mass ones. Like Andrew gave me that whey one because he said this tastes so bad that I don't even want it, and he knew that I was really trying to bulk up at the time. So I tried to have it, and like it's flavored as vanilla.
But it tastes like shit.
It tastes like vanilla extract tastes. That's how it tastes. It's not like sweet vanilla. It's
Vanilla
not how
extract
it smells.
in small, very, very, very small.
Okay, but
little
this is if
licks.
you just took a shot of it.
Okay, no, that's that. You can't.
So, have you noticed? Have you gained any weight from it?
Yeah.
What do you drink? Like one a day?
I used to drink like 2 a day, and like I had full meals, but I went
Now
on.
I drink 6.
No.
Here's
the thing. This just shows that I'm definitely more imperfect than everybody else. I went on vacation and I lost all track of like trying to be good for myself, and like I'm eating like 3 meals a day, but I'm not having that meal prep, and I'm not working out either. So I need to like jumpstart myself back into that again.
So, jumpstart yourself by drinking 5 of them in one day, and then just take like half a thing of pre-workout, and then just go punch people.
The thing is, like, my stomach is already so small, and I have the craziest metabolism that like I'm fighting like every inch costs a mile of effort. Where like my metabolism is so stupid, where like I burn more weight than the average person literally just sitting down. And
must be nice.
And no, it's not, because like I'm also fucking stupid, and like the way that I have to think is I run around my room. Like Liam, where you're sitting, I walk from my door to my bed, just back and forth, just thinking and like bouncing around with ideas and stuff. And I just do that almost constantly. If I'm not sitting here, I'm doing that.
So drink couple of those a day, because that's probably like 35 grams of protein per shake or something like that.
If I drank any more, I would throw up. That's where I was at. Protein. And then like, so I fought for a while to get up to like, okay, I could have 2 a day, where like originally it was only 1 a day. Yeah. And like, yeah, I was gaining weight and everything, and I was gaining muscle mass and shit, but like I felt terrible all the time. And
you had too much protein.
And then, like, I was like, okay, I can get up to 2. And then the next thing would be, I'm going to have 1 protein shake in the morning that has 2 scoops in it. And then the one that I have later will only have 1. So I'm taking in more protein. Yeah. But, like, I got up to that, and that was right before the vacation. And I'm like, you know what? I'm off. I'm not going to feel terrible on my off days. And now I'm, like, another week later, I'm like, man, I need to start working out again. Because, like, the thing about, like, if you're really skinny, too, if you, like, have 1 week off, even a couple days, you start losing everything. Because your metabolism is like, we've got to start burning this.
So, hear me out on this thought process, Eric. What if, okay, you took one of those, but then you started eating food in general that's like very, very high in fat to gain mass, because someone who is more slender needs more fat to get bigger, even though you're trying to burn.
That's why we like chubby chicks.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if you just ate like total garbage but still had a lot of protein throughout the day? Like, just eat, just.
And that's when I noticed that I was most happy.
And just
smoke meth. That's when I noticed
as much as you want.
That's when I noticed I was most happy, though, was when I was like, I was working out and I was doing the protein and everything, but instead of having like another healthy meal, I would just eat like garbage. Like, I would go to Qdoba and I would just like destroy a plate of nachos, and I'd be like, that's such a good day.
Yeah, but that's fine for you though, because your metabolism works so fast. Like, my metabolism works pretty fast too. So for me to gain any weight, like, I've been sitting at like 165 pounds for over a year. I can't gain any more weight, no matter what I eat. And I eat like, I'm gonna tell you, I eat like garbage, like trash. I take takeout like every day just to try to get bigger in some sort of way, so I can try to burn it off at work and actually gain the muscle from it. It doesn't happen.
You know what I've been doing that is not working? I've been just buying popcorn. Just
Popcorn's
nothing.
not a fatty product, though.
I know, but I have a lot of it. Like, I kill a bag every day, and like, it's the butter popcorn. It's the worst, fucking most fatty popcorn I can get, and I just kill a bag I have 2 bags in my drawer right now.
So for you, because your metabolism works so fast, like, roughly how many calories do you think you take in a day? Like,
I have no idea.
Like, if you had a rough estimate, like 2,000 is what to keep your body weight as even?
Probably
more, or the same.
Maybe a little more.
So maybe a little more. So if I was you, you should probably double that. So just eat
But then if I have
Get
too
a whole
much,
pizza.
if I have too much sugary
but
and
not
greasy
sugar.
shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though.
But if I have too much grease too, my face breaks out in pimples even more than it already does. I have a Tic Tac, and it's like, pizza face, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, but for you to gain that, you need fatty foods though. For you to gain any more, what's that noise?
It's you.
Is it?
You're creaking.
Oh,
the chair. If you want to gain more weight, like you need to almost eat like garbage.
Yeah.
Like bodybuild, like not bodybuilders.
then,
Don't
like,
say people who get big.
no
will
matter-
even tell you they'll go pound bag a whole extra large pizza with whatever toppings they want on it just to get the calorie intake.
But, like, the thing is, I get all the other side effects of, like, eating like garbage. Like, when I was eating really garbage, too, I was going to Burger King almost every other day. And, like, I was getting just their 20-piece chicken nuggets and, like, 3 onion ring containers. And, like, it would start with, like, I would have farts that smell like death. And then I would shit myself for, like, an hour.
Yeah, but don't eat the same thing every day. That's the thing. Like, have Popeyes one day, have a pizza the next day, go to McDonald's
Right.
if you like McDonald's.
Mhm.
Go to Wendy's. Like, have a variety.
thing
Do everything.
is-
Like, I don't eat the same thing every day. I might take out.
That's
I
a
might-
lot of money, though. Because, like, a lot of the cooking I do with, like, just the stuff you buy. And, like, it's a lot cheaper.
Get a lot of MSG. Just put a whole bag.
MSG is so good, dude. I pour it on fucking everything. But it doesn't do anything for me. Fucking love MSG.
Yeah, that is a lot of money. For sure.
It's a lot of money.
But think about it. So if you got like a deal on a pizza, okay? I don't know. You like pizza a lot or no?
I like pizza. But not Domino's pizza. Or Pizza Hut pizza.
So you like pizza.
Not Little Caesars pizza either.
You
Just
like-
pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't like
So
Little Caesars pizza?
do you like pizza
Not really.
pizzas? Do you like pizza enough to eat it every day or no?
Maybe for a week. I don't know if I'd go every...
Okay,
like,
so what if you went every other day and bought like an extra large pizza and made sure you ate every bit of it? Have a joint. Smoke a joint.
smoke a joint.
Eat it all. And that's it. You're good.
I feel like I don't eat as much when I'm high. I feel like
Oh.
I eat a lot more if I'm drunk.
Oh, I eat so much. I have one puff of that. I'll eat like a whole pizza myself.
I eat so much on both occasions.
I get full, like 4 bites into it, and then I'm like, oh, I can't stop eating. Just go to Domino's and get their garlic bites. Okay, I told you this chair was gonna be a problem.
You know what that would be for me, though? If I went to Mary Brown's and I got their chicken pop-ins.
I've
Dude,
never really had Mary Brown's. I like Popeyes more.
like, their chicken, they're like popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
But, like, I can eat them to the equivalent that you would eat bits and bites. Like, you could
Mm.
finish a bag if you wanted.
Oh yeah, you could.
I finished an entire family one just to myself once.
Perfect. Then there you go. 'Cause that's got a lot of fat in it too. But guess what? That chicken's got protein in it as well.
Got a lot of salt, too. I already have a very high blood pressure because I'm angry all the time.
Same. Ah! Start screaming.
It was really funny at work today. Or not
What the
today.
fuck is
When you started screaming?
What
Yeah.
is this? A Vladimir?
Vladimir? Oh yeah, I was looking at that for inspiration for a mouth, but like I looked back and the mouth wasn't as cool as I wanted it to
Oh
be.
shit! It's my dad. Boo hag.
Boo hag! Boo hag! Liam's looking at a book of like vampires, zombies, and werewolves, like this monster book.
It's a monster book.
I
They-
feel like
old
I feel like I've
Scholastic
seen this
stuff,
before.
right?
You definitely have, because they had them at Scholastic fucking book
Yeah.
fairs, and I grabbed one every single time we went to the library. Like, everybody else was grabbing, like, Harry Potter and shit. I was just grabbing these and shark books every single time.
That
Shark Week.
One of the books like that was never of it. Like, you had to know the person who had it before to get it.
You know why? Because I was that person.
You were the person who bought the only copy that ever came to the school.
Yeah. I fucking love those books, man.
Books are neat.
A chupacabra.
The Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
If you were a monster, what kind of monster would you be? This is like if you were a furry, what kind of animal would you be? But you're a monster.
Werewolf, because I live like an animal.
So what if you could see?
Probably some sort of like.
I'm not even
Probably some sort of like vampire-ish creature, only because they have superpowers of some sort.
I feel like I would be a ghoul.
A ghoul.
A
A
ghoul.
garish ghoul.
A Toronto ghoul?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
that's
Toronto gang member?
It's a scary thought. Just ghouls in Toronto.
Okay, now going back to the furry one. If you were a furry, what kind of animal do you think it would be?
I don't fucking like furries, Eric. That's my damn answer to you.
Well, you know what? You'd be a skunk then.
A skank?
Ew.
I call
Okay, then. All right, let's frame that in a different way. What do you think your spirit animal is?
You're asking me questions that actually need thought process when I can't give you any actual thought
I
process.
think we can either.
I can give perfect thought process. Me, in this state of mind, is just about the same as every time, except every other time is worse, because I come up with these ideas when I'm sober.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your spirit animal, Eric?
I feel like my spirit animal would be like a rat, but one that lives in New York.
A cockroach then? a New York sewer rat.
Yeah, because, like,
Survives
I'm not
anything.
living like other rats. Like, I'm getting full pieces of pizza.
You're just getting New York's finest.
Yeah. I saw a theory today that if they made Ratatouille 2, it would probably be like they enter a cooking competition, but every country is like in the cooking competition, and they all have rats under their cooking hats too.
And he's
Like there's the sushi rat.
What if it's just they're not even rats? Like they're the ones that are other types of vermin.
If it was France, it would be. I mean, you know what? It would be rats.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it'd be frogs because they eat like frog legs, but I'm like, no. There was the famous rat poisoning thing, or the Black Plague. You know.
The Black Plague.
The great rat poisoning.
I mean, the rats were poisoned, you know, with disease. And it wasn't like they were like picking them up and biting them. They were biting people. It was like a zombie virus before zombies. I feel like one of those, like, you know, beta male Wojak guys is like, what if, like, relating a real life terrible thing to like a video game.
What do you... Okay, think about this theory, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a theory, so to say. It's just a thought process right now.
A game theory.
And that's just a game theory. That's copywritten. Don't sue me. Anyways.
I'll sue him.
I'll sue him.
He was talking about lollies.
So...
Matt Pat was talking about lollies. He was like, and nothing is more sexy than math. Not even that lolly behind me. And like he panned over to like an anime child with like her ass out. And then it was like... like they play the Curb Your Enthusiasm fucking theme.
So, if you think about it, right, as we know it, zombies are not real. I would say that with air
You
parentheses.
say that with air quotes, and that has me concerned.
We won most likely to save everyone from a zombie apocalypse in public school.
I know, because we were always fucking
Tinkering about
stuff what we could do.
We were saying we're going to take over an oil rig
in the middle of the ocean. Like why we needed oil and a whole rig, we don't know, but it happened.
We're taking over an oil rig.
There. So yeah,
The Coke Pass.
so
Zombies technically are not real, right? By this thought process.
Yes, but what if you took one of them parasites that like takes over insect bodies and makes them walk around like they were still alive?
no, but this is what I'm trying to say.
But you make it big and then you put it in a human.
So Hollywood makes zombies to be out, like makes zombies out to be something that we've created, correct?
Yes.
Right, and other things like that. But why, mind you, if you deep dive into every city's manifest, they have a zombie survival guide. They have a zombie survival guide for every single city, like the emergency evacuation plan that they would do in a case in.
It's like
apocalypse.
the
Why
the
would they
Richard-
have such a protocol if something like that is not possible?
It's like the Richard Nixon Star Wars trials where they were trying to make lasers.
But they did make the lasers, Eric.
Yes.
That's the problem.
And that's
So,
the thing.
what are you trying to tell me? There's zombies somewhere? Do you think the Nazis...
No, it's like it's
No,
just
no.
the time that is like it is, where like I can't remember what president it is, but he saw Star Wars and he's like, "We're gonna make the Star Wars project," where they try and make a bunch of space stuff like that, and they make lasers and everything.
Yeah, did you ever
But
hear-
that spawned from like him watching a movie, and it's like, "We're gonna make the Star Wars project." I feel like that's just all it is. People like look at zombies and everything, and it was a social phenomenon, and then they're like, okay, the public are scared if we're gonna have zombies, so we're gonna make our own response team for it.
I guess, but like they're never going to be used in that sense. They don't think it's real. But like, did you ever hear about the Nazis? Their secret science plan? Like they're scientists.
They
Obviously.
brought
did
dogs
stuff.
back to life after cutting their heads off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
And they
we know
did-
about hypothermia, we learned from them.
they tested a lot of things about bringing people back to life as like mind control people, like zombies.
Hmm
That's what
Yeah.
the term zombie kind
That
of came
was,
from, right? Like they're mindless people that follow a command.
That was Hitler's heroin stage.
Is heroin that did that?
Yeah, that was like when John Lennon left the Beatles for like a year so that he could fuck other Asian hoes and do heroin. They called it his lost years. That was Hitler's lost years.
Yeah, so like those were the hear me out on this. Listen, talk about fucking lost years and heroin. You know, there's a lot of things about Nazis we never knew about, right? They had that great team of scientists. What if they made?
Yeah, they were pretty based.
But what if they made a zombie, okay, and they just locked it somewhere, and now their zombies are disbanded and whatever? What if the Call of Duty?
So
That's
What
that
if the
mean,
Call of Duty
that's the
stories are
entire
true?
idea of Overlord.
does that mean that
What if-
the cranberries are working with the propaganda? They're trying to tell you that it's in your head.
Yeah,
they're
they're
trying to tell you the zombies ain't
Well,
real.
like,
They're
what
There's,
if-
there's zombies
Do you
in
know like
Ireland.
the Call of Duty zombies? How they had like the newest one, for example, like there were zombies in this
and they say the N
in
word.
this base. Stop. In this base, right? And then you see the guy walk in and they seal the door behind him. What if that's the thing? They sealed the door and now it's been so many years so that the base is trapped underground
Well-
somewhere. So what if there's zombies somewhere and we just haven't found them yet? They're just laying dormant.
The other thing too is, if
That-
we're going realistically with
It's
it,
not
they
that
would
crazy when you really think
they
about it.
would
Kyle.
have rotted by
really
the
not.
time. They would have rotted by the time we found it. So like we would find this like abandoned base, and it's like, oh, there's just a bunch of corpses here because they're all bones. They would have rotted by then. Zombies are only a problem for like maybe 2 months, like tops, or maybe even just a week. Bodies like
Yeah, but
they
you
rot
think about a
pretty quick.
zombie though. A zombie, yeah, is not living, yes, but technically there has to be something to make it be able to get up. So there has to be some motor function, and there has to be some of the innards of the zombie still working. The brain's dead, but the
Yes,
blood still has to be going.
and that's
throughout
what
its
I was
body.
saying.
So like if the heart's still pumping and the brain's just on, but it's dead, it's still alive technically.
That's what I was saying though.
but it
with,
doesn't
like,
need food and stuff to eat because it's already decayed.
You know the like I was saying before, the like parasites that take over dead insects and they pilot them around like they're alive.
Yeah.
So like they try and do a mating thing and then they go over and fuck up another one and they like feed off of that one.
Yeah.
So what if that was possible for humans?
It is possible for us.
And that's what it
Called
would probably be like.
social media.
It wouldn't
the
be-
news.
It wouldn't be a virus. It would be like something infecting them and then
Let
living
me say
through
something
them.
to you. It wouldn't be a virus. It would be like a cancer.
Cancer. I'm not getting into this fucking conspiracy theory. I'm so fucking done with
And
cancer.
that's just
You know
a
what?
theory.
I'm not even gonna look into it. It's like there has to be another way. Like I need to survive this cancer. I'm not. If I ever get cancer, I'm not gonna be like the government's fucking with us. I'm just gonna be like I'm just gonna die. Like what? It's not gonna be solved by another guy being like they're taking my cure away. All I'm saying is like I'm not gonna like rebel against the government if like I get cancer and they don't cure it.
I
Instantly.
could deep dive into this, but we're not going to get into this conversation about the whole
Okay.
cancer thing because that could turn into a whole hour-long
I'm just gonna
conversation.
die. That's it. I'm just gonna die. I don't care.
The Cancer Society, the only thing I'm going to say to you is the Cancer Society as a whole has been around as long as we've known cancers existed, correct?
Yeah.
That is a multi-billion-dollar company, okay? It doesn't matter how much money you give the Cancer Society, they're never going to come up with a cure for cancer.
it makes
don't
too
care.
much money. They had a
They are
fucking
a
Family Guy
company.
episode about it.
They are a company, okay? They make money so that they can say they're using it for research, but it just makes
But literally,
people
they're
big,
just like
more rich.
they're just shoving those like things that they're sucking the water up from the little dip trays up with, and then they're putting it in their dick holes. That's just all they're doing.
Jesus Christ. Going back on this, Eric, if you just cut this slot out, you could like titty fuck her.
But I don't want to do that though.
Why
Have
is
you-
the plastic on the back of
Because I don't use it.
What is
It's inconvenient. It like
Is it
it's so
sticky?
fucking big.
Is it sticky or something?
No, it's not sticky. It's just like very non-stick. Where like if you put it on a table, it won't move around as much. But it's not sticky. It's just like squeaky clean.
Put it in the shower and drill a hole in it. Just
I'm not gonna do that though.
huh?
I'm not gonna do that because you
Is
ever
this a
see-
bitch a unicorn?
No, she's a like ogre
Oh,
from.
then she should have 3 boobs, not 2.
That's not.
That's inconvenient. I have
Yeah.
2 hands.
You have 2 hands and 1 dick.
What am I gonna do with
Just
my?
stick it in
I'm
the
gonna
nipple.
shove it in the nipple.
Get a
Yeah.
nipple fucker.
I don't like that idea. Stop waving that. It's making crinkles.
Crinkles and what?
The,
Crinkling
the
the
plastics are
noise.
making noise. We need new noise.
Me talking.
Get us straight.
Oh,
We dance for all the rock songs. Fucking love music. Music's cool, dude.
Music is pretty neat.
has this been productive? Whatever you talked about that's productive upon this.
I don't.
We don't talk about anything. Okay, Kyle. How much of what How much of what do you say we think we say is productive? I know that sentence was hard to follow, so that's not one.
We sometimes talk about productive things.
Such as.
Well, we've talked about space and the future.
I feel like that's just me yelling at people, though.
Well, yeah, but what else? What else would you think? Like, we talk a
Okay,
lot of bullshit as
Let's
well.
gauge
but-
this. Liam, have I talked to you about space angrily before?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
like when
Yeah. That's not just a me, you, and Tyler thing. I've talked about that to a lot of people, especially people at work. I remember I just recently preached it to a team of people I just met.
Fucking space. But yeah, the rest of it is swamp mucus, so.
Swamp Mucus. That was our production company before it folded because one of our team members was caught with a child.
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about?
Literally nothing. Like, okay, I talk about nothing just all the time. It's not even lies. I just go in assuming that everybody thinks that I'm joking, but I'm just not even saying anything. You know all those books I've read? You see this grand library? I read all those because I'm like, I'm going to read because it'll make me smarter. That's how it started, and then I actually started liking reading. But then, like, just reading, it didn't make me smarter. It just made me stupid more efficiently.
So every single book that's on that bookshelf you've read.
Yes.
It's an accomplishment.
Like, those ones at the back, too, at the back of that one, I've read those ones, too.
At the back of which one?
Like, you see that back, the black bookcase?
Yeah.
How you see the front layer? I've read everything on the back layer, too, just to add more depth. And then there's actually some lined in the middle as well.
Like sideways?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an accomplishment.
I don't feel like it is.
Why not?
Because I have so much more to read. You know how I read a lot of Warhammer books, too?
Yeah.
I am 14 books through a 54 book fucking novel.
Series.
Yeah, series.
It's 54 books and you're 14 books in. How many pages is each book?
500.
Huh.
But, like, I have that series, and then I have another series that is 11 books, and then I have another series that is 24 books, and then I have the rest of 40K, which is hundreds upon hundreds more books.
For this.
And, like, I feel like I'm trying to accomplish something when I'm reading it because I'm tackling something that is nigh impossible. because this is not one man writing a book. This is a team of like 20 to maybe even 40 people writing separate books.
So they're always just once you read a book, there's 5 more that's been released.
Yes.
So you get screwed. So there's no way to keep up.
There is no way to keep up, but that's kind of how I
Have
like
all
it.
the writers die first.
Fuck you, Mira. You're a fucking bitch. Do you know? Do you know how upset I was at your death? I had to make my brother read your books so that he can also feel my pain, so I'm not alone.
Jeez.
I'm kidding, Mira. If you're up there or down there, wherever you are, I don't care where you landed on the fucking terrible person spectrum. You wrote something that has ingrained something on my being. And I hate you for not finishing
it. That thing being depression.
Depressing.
Depression.
How depressed are you guys on a scale of 1 to 7?
Why 7?
Why 7? That's such an odd number to choose.
Because I know it bugs people.
Why are you choosing an odd number? At least choose something even. There's no middle ground
You
to
see,
7.
this is why.
There's no middle to 7, Ed. That's what's pissing me off. There's no middle to 7. I can't be smack dab. Yes, I'm happy. Yes, I'm depressed.
Because it's a spectrum. You can't be a fucking fence rider.
I'm not being a fucking fence rider, you mungy cake.
You mungy cake. You don't want to impale your taint on a fence? You want
No.
that to happen?
I want the
That's
fence.
one line.
The picket.
I want the link of the fence to be removed, and I'm just standing between the line. I'm like, I don't know which
That's
side I
one
should be
line
on.
that I always remember from Red Dead Redemption, where it said, no matter what, if you keep hopping from one side of the fence to the other, eventually you'll get impaled on it. And another line that I remembered from, like, Enter the Spider-Verse was, like, we don't pick the ballroom, we just dance. I really like that one. And then they start fighting a bunch of people.
You're gonna answer your own question?
What was it?
How depressed are you on a scale from 1 to fucking 7? 7.
Probably 5.
Why? It's bothering me. Anyways. I don't know. I can go right smack dab in the middle. It's 3.5. Screw you.
You know what happened recently, Liam?
What?
The rating system reminded me of this because I liked this service so much I went and rated it online. I've never done that before.
What service?
So, my I had some problems with them.
VR porn. 10 out of 10. Fantastic experience. I'm touching it with my feet now. Eric, what are you gonna do about it?
Fucking nothing. I don't care.
Yeah.
but like Overwatch Blender porn hit the internet like
Stop. You put
it hit the internet like crack hit the fucking urban streets of Chicago.
Chirac.
Yeah, like crack hit the hood there really hard, as well as everywhere else. Like that's how hard Blender porn Overwatch hit.
Oh,
But anyway,
fantastic.
so my exhaust system was having issues.
Okay.
So I took it to Canadian Tire because one of the sensors was going, and like if you're having a decent enough exhaust leak, but like one of them was fucking up because it was fine, or like fine enough to pass, but like my truck wouldn't start; it would refuse to. So I got it towed to a Canadian Tire. I got an inspection on it, and they reset the code thing, and they said you should come back for a fuel leak in like maybe 2 weeks just to see if it's still. So I did, and they said you need an entirely new exhaust system. And they said, but I dropped it off there just to see what's going on. And then they called me and said, you need an entirely new exhaust system, and that'll be about like $3,500, and then adding in like labor, that'll be $4,000. We can start working now. And I'm like, no, I'll just pay for the inspection and be on my way.
Just go to a custom exhaust shop.
And that's what I did. I went to a custom exhaust shop the next day, and they did it for $225. And it took them a half hour.
Jeez.
And I told them how much, like, Canadian Tire wanted, and they said, you should be in there shoplifting right now. And, like, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I should be if you're gonna do this for that much.
So it works fine ever since?
Oh, yeah, it's perfect now. But, like, I wanted to call in a bomb threat, dude. Like, we bought Canadian Tire, $4,000, and, like, I know
$4,000 for what? It does not cost that much for exhaust
and like,
work.
and then when I went there, they said 2 of your catalytic converters might need some work. This pipe is fine. This pipe
You
is
only
fine.
have how many tips
4.
come out? You have 4 tips.
Yeah.
Come out the back.
Yeah.
So you should still only have one catalytic converter. So they're lying to you.
Yeah, that's
Unless
what
you
I'm
have,
saying.
unless you have 2.
But they said this is kind of fine. This is fine, and then they said we'll just put a bead of weld on this. This could be like rehooked up again. We'll cut this pipe and put this one back in, and like that was a lot less than the entire exhaust system.
Yes, usually
Because I know how it works too. If you just cut the whole thing out and put an entirely new one back in, you can do it in almost one piece.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot easier for them to do that, and then they can charge you for the part. But I don't want what's easier for them. I want what's easier for me.
Yeah, and a custom exhaust shop will tell you straight up.
Yeah. But anyway, fuck Canadian Tire. I left
I
a good
never
review
go
on the
there.
other place, and I left a bad review on Canadian Tire.
I never.
And
go
I
to
don't
Canadian
feel
Tire.
bad about attacking a company because this is Canadian Tire. What's one person on the internet going to do? It's not like Demi Lovato attacking that yogurt place. She's like, they have fat-free yogurt on the menu, and that is very fat-phobic.
Why?
And she was like, I need every one of my followers to go and cancel this place. And, like, they have, like, yogurt for fat people on it.
Does it now let me humor me. Does it say yogurt for fat people?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's just, like, regular yogurt, and it's like you can get, like, Smarties in it. Like, it's that kind of yogurt.
Why is it
And
yogurt for
she's
fat
like-
people? What if you just
she's-
want to indulge and you're not fat?
I mean, it was just the easiest thing to say.
For
Okay.
not pap.
For the average yogurt individual, if you're, like, going there just to, like, have yogurt, it's not like you're relying on this.
For the average yogurt connoisseur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you go there instead of getting ice cream. Like, if you're one of those fucking monsters.
Imagine imagine. Oh yeah, you want to go get ice cream? I prefer yogurt. What are you fucking gay? like
Gay? But, like, she went after that place and was like, how do we defend ourselves? Demi Lovato is attacking us. And, like, it's a small company. It's not like she's taking swings at yogurt. I mean, not yogurt. At Walmart.
Demi Lovato versus yogurt. You should take it a right hook.
She's fighting Walmart. Walmart would be like, okay, we're gonna close up all our shops, and then all the people with rascals will be like, where the fuck am I gonna go now?
That's funny.
The general populace is a Walmart person. I'm a fucking Walmart person. I've been there in my pajamas before. Once. Maybe twice.
It's okay. I walked in Walmart one time and I saw some guy with his whole ass hanging out. Just the whole thing.
Damn, sorry, man.
Like, I'm fairly certain that man actually did not have pants
Sorry,
on.
that was me. I was trying to wrench the fucking tampon out of my ass.
It's okay. People have just shit on the floor in Walmart too.
People... Back when we were working at the same grocery store, we will not name it,
yeah.
I remember I had to clean up shit multiple times, and somebody went in there with diarrhea and just missed the toilet, and then trailed it the rest of the way through the store. I had to clean it. I also had to clean, like, somebody taking a fucking diarrhea bloody shit on the park bench,
No.
and I cleaned that too.
Why? Why did you have to do it?
Because I'm the only one that would.
Okay, but
You
like,
see,
you
this
weren't
is why
paid for it.
people like me are important for society. We will do the monstrous deeds that you will not.
That's a real Sigma male grind set you got there.
Yeah.
I've always said I'm not cleaning up shit. I don't get paid enough for that. I don't give a. I don't care.
And I can respect you.
I don't get paid enough.
But I'm the kind of government official that would, like, silence people if it meant good for the rest of the world.
This man has defecated inside.
And never
of my
run for a
bathroom.
position of power, because this is very incriminating.
But I wouldn't do it for my own good.
Well,
Like,
it doesn't
if-
matter. You're
if a
meant
cult-
to. I will kill
like, if a
people.
cult leader were to be like, I need you to be this because it will be a higher power, then it's like, okay, I'll do it if you convince me.
First order. Hentai books for everyone.
Everyone reads.
I would never do that.
The pornographic kind.
I would never do that. That's
There's
monstrous behavior.
That's okay.
There's only
Fear me.
one type book, and it's all pornographic.
Where is he?
Said, hey, baby, I got your money, don't you worry. Said, hey, what time are we at? What's a good song to end this little nonsense discussion with?
Donda Chan.
I'm not singing Dawn. Just to date this, Kanye released an album.
At some point within the last 2 weeks.
Yes. Possibly 3.
Wow.
Possibly 6 months ago. They will never know. Joke's on you.
This is being recorded in 2021.
2022, guy. What are you talking about? It's
Oh,
January.
Well, it's
Wow, the aliens have
2019.
invaded. Wow.
It's actually, just to date this one, it's 2029, and JFK came back and his head exploded again.
Yeah, we have uncovered the mystery. His head does just do that.
Lizards do run office, just letting you know.
What?
Man, them snakes from XCOM are really testing me.
The lizards control the border system.
Say-
Yeehaw.
They knew what they were doing when they fucking gave them birthing hips.
I feel like a fantastic song to end
A
this.
Fantastic Four.
No, it's gotta be.
What if we had a Fantastic Foursome?
I don't think I can.
Tyler's
I
not
don't-
here.
Shit!
I think a amazing song to end this on. Do we have to sing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say it then.
What is it then?
I was
Just humor me, please.
I was gonna either say Rick Astley. No, never gonna give you up. That's a good one.
We've done that one.
You got okay. I don't know what you've done. I'm just here. I'm just doing things.
Hey, Juicy. Hey, Juicy, baby. Hey, Juicy. Come on, pop them titties, bitch. No, we're not doing that one. I'm sorry, I just do that to assault Kyle.
Yeah, because I fucking hate it so much.
As well as the final girl.
That one is just
You
abstract.
gotta have something good.
Something good.
Something good that everybody knows.
Say bye, bye, Miss American Pie.
Oh, that's a good
Drove
one.
my Chevy to
You
the
can sing it,
levee,
though.
but the levee was dry. And them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I come."